Well, the House is expected to vote on 2 immigration bills later on today. Joining us now, Schlapp, White House Senior Communications Advisor. Without putting a too fine a point on it, Mercedes, neither of these bills will pass, will they?
Well, we'll see what happens in the House. Obviously, for President Trump, he's for months been trying to push forward his 4 pillars, these immigration priorities to solve this border crisis, as we're seeing. And so the president yesterday met with Speaker Ryan and over about 20 of the Republicans here at the White House. He fully supports this compromise bill. He wants it to happen. As we know, what we need right now is for the Department of Homeland Security to have the authority to detain and swiftly remove these family units, because the issue that we're having, Stuart, is the fact that those family units that are here, our option is release them into the U.S. interior. What does that mean? That means open borders, and that's the policy that the Democrats support.
Understood. Mercedes, do you think, maybe I'm going a bit far here, but I do believe that President Trump has been let down by his own party. The divisions within the GOP are such that you can't get done what the president wants to get done. Obamacare and immigration. They've let him down, haven't they?
Look, this immigration issue has been a problem and a contentious debate for decades. The reality is that President Trump has been working with Republicans. He is urging Congress to act immediately to move forward on having significant immigration reform in this country. What he has offered for us for closing those legal loopholes, ending the catch and release, meaning that release of those illegal immigrants who come into our country, many who we do not know, these children, for example, who are being smuggled into our country, who are taking that dangerous trek. And so, in essence, we want to stop that. We want to make sure that the Department of Homeland Security, that their hands are not tied, that they are able to do their job and detain and swiftly remove these family units back into their country. And that's what we want to be looking for. And the president has been a leader on this issue. He's asked Congress to act. Congress is the only one who can make these changes to the law. And that is why it is important that Congress moves forward on these immigration bills.
I know we're going to agree on this, but I do want to raise the issue. I editorialized about this at 10 o'clock this morning. I think the climate, the temperature has risen to such a level that somebody's going to get hurt with all this vicious rhetoric and this vicious language that's being used. I'm sure you're with me on this, but I think it's time to calm down.
Well, you know, I think that when you look at those families who have lost loved ones because you've had these illegal immigrants come into our country, you've seen the surge of MS-13 gang members, many who have been recruited through this unaccompanied minor process, that they're simply released into our interior, again, not knowing who these people are, and where the smugglers are the ones who are winning, because you have 10,000 of those 12,000 children who are being sent alone. Young women, for example, who have these Plan B abortion pills because they know they're going to be assaulted along the way. That is incredibly tragic. So not only do you have the crimes that are being committed inside the United States from these MS-13 gang members who have basically benefited from the unaccompanied minors program, but then also you have the fact of these children who are being exploited by the smugglers. And so it is very difficult. It is a moment to also bring up the fact that the Democrats, their policy is one where they were talking about family reunification, and now they're talking open borders. That's the policy that they're supporting. They don't have a resolution for that. For them, they are completely fine if these family units are being released into the interior. That is not what the American people want, and that's what the president wants to ensure, is that we secure our borders. It is a campaign promise he made, and it is something he's committed to achieving.
Mercedes Schlapp, thank you very much for joining us this morning.